At 18 years old, I made my dream come true. I turned professional in golf. I thought this was it, a life of traveling, competing and doing what I loved every single day. But life has a way of surprising you, and sometimes the path you're on isn't the one that will take you to where you truly want to go. For me, that moment of realization happened on the beautiful island of Madeira. Hey everyone, I'm Luke, and today's video is going to be slightly different to normal. I want to tell you my story on how I went from being a professional golfer to a recruiter, and to show you that career changes are possible. So I was living in Madeira, one of the most beautiful places in the world. For those who don't know, Madeira is a tiny Portuguese island in the Atlantic Ocean, about 900 kilometers south of Portugal. I was teaching golf professionally, and from the outside, it seemed like I had it all, but something was missing. While I loved the game, I realized I wanted more. Something wasn't doing it for me. If I wasn't going to be playing on the tour, then I wasn't going to be happy. I felt I needed a sense of purpose. I remember sitting one evening and thinking, is this it? Is this where I want to be in 10 years? And that's when I knew that I needed to make a change. Now, deciding to leave golf wasn't easy. It'd been my identity for so long, and it was all I knew professionally. But I knew I needed a fresh start of some kind. So after 2.5 years of living in Madeira, I packed up my belongings and I moved home to England. Leaving Madeira was a huge step. I didn't have a solid plan at all when I moved back to the UK, just a feeling that I needed to make a change. I had no idea at all what I was going to do next, but here's where networking made all the difference. I ended up reaching out to someone I hadn't spoke to in years, a guy actually my sister used to date when they were in school. I heard that they'd started a business in London. I wasn't even sure what it was, but I thought, why not ask for advice? We met for a coffee, and that simple conversation changed everything. It turns out he thought I had the potential to be a recruiter. I hadn't even considered recruitment. I thought maybe something like a broker, but not recruitment if I'm being totally honest. He'd asked if I'd interview at his firm, and that led me to meeting his business partners. And a long story short, I was offered a job in financial services recruitment, right in the heart of the city of London. Now, I remember getting that phone call offering me the position. I was so excited, but I was also aware that it was completely different to what I've ever done. So I went from being a professional golfer to jumping headfirst into the world of financial recruitment, something completely different. And all of this came from one simple connection. And that's why networking is so powerful. You just never know where it might lead or who could open the next door for you. Now, I was drawn to the idea of working with people, understanding their career stories and helping them achieve their goals. My background in golf had taught me discipline, patience, and the importance of building relationships, skills that surprisingly translated well into recruitment. But let me tell you, recruitment isn't a walk in the park by any means. High pressure, high stakes industry where you constantly have to prove yourself. I faced setbacks and had days where I doubted whether I made the right choice, but every time I successfully placed someone in their dream job or helped them get that breakthrough opportunity, I knew I was on the right path. So it was incredibly fulfilling. After almost 5 years in London, I met my now wife, who is Australian, and she wanted to move home. So we moved back to Australia, somewhere where before meeting her, I had never been. I've always wanted to go, but I'd never actually been, but I wanted to be with her. So we moved to Australia. She was traveling and living in London at the time and actually worked in our office building. Now, when I approached my work and told them of my plans to move, I was very fortunate enough to have the opportunity to open an office in Sydney for them. It was an amazing opportunity and one that I jumped at the chance. So that is how I ended up where I am now in Australia, and I have been here for the past 9 years. After about 4 years working in Sydney, I decided to take the leap and start my own recruitment business, Affinity Recruitment, and haven't looked back. Now, with over a decade of recruitment experience, I felt it was time to share my knowledge and help others on a bigger scale, and that's when I started content creation. I launched a YouTube channel and a newsletter focused on career advice, interview tips, and cybersecurity. I wanted to reach people beyond my one-on-one interactions and show them that career changes are possible and they're definitely achievable. I started this journey early on in 2024, and creating content has been a new challenge, but a very exciting one. It allows me to connect to people globally and share insights from my years in recruitment, and help others navigate their career path. Whether they're looking to break into cybersecurity or transitioning careers entirely, I'm absolutely loving it. I've also launched my career coaching business and my new website, so please reach out if you feel you could benefit from this. I offer free consultations to chat through how I could help you with your career. Now, my journey from being a professional golfer to becoming a recruiter, launching a business, and now creating content and career coaching has been filled with unexpected turns. But the biggest lesson, it's never too late to reinvent yourself. The skills I built in Gough, like focus, discipline, and perseverance, were the very skills I needed to succeed in recruitment, business, and content creation. It's all about seeing how your experiences can translate into new opportunities. So if you're watching this and you're feeling stuck in your career, know that change is possible. It might feel overwhelming and you might not know where to start, but taking that first leap, just like I did, I moved to London with nothing but hope and determination, and that is all it takes. Thank you so much for watching my story. I hope it inspires you to take a leap, whether it's changing careers, starting a new venture, or simply exploring a new passion. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for more career advice, interview tips, and cybersecurity insight. If you're thinking about making a career change, please drop your story in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to reach out if you'd like to find out more about career coaching and how I can help you. See you on the next video.